Hello. Got a booster box of Edge of Eternities. Got a pretty good deal on it. Uh, Around 120 with shipping and everything. This is a first for me. I just want to try my hand at making some content. I love box openings and just a bunch of different varieties of things. Figured I'd start small with this and go from there. So uh, no editing yet. This is going to be kind of just raw footage. Um, But I think with a booster box of Edge for 120, I think we should definitely beat the box price. So let's crack some packs and we'll talk about the set as we go. There was a little corner damage from where I'm guessing the package was dropped. I don't think it hurt any of the packs, but you never know, and that made it worse. Now, if this isn't recording or this isn't at a good angle, then we are too late. Gonna put this aside. I kind of like that we have a consistent kind of booster box and not a set and everything else under the sun. But that could just be my age. Little trash can. There's a few uncommons that are worth a couple bucks that we'll be keeping an eye out for. Other than that, I don't think there's any commons that we should be aware of. I always thought it was a cool take on xenomorphs, if that's what indeed Wizards was going for. Still don't understand why there wasn't a second ancillary spot for the Star Trek cards. I don't know why that has to be its own set. I mean, I'm excited for it, but Beyond the Quiet's the first rare. Nothing to write home about. Not sure how I'm going to do piles. Used to be you used to separate foils, and now you definitely don't do that. Move on to pack 2 here and see if we can hit anything big. Obviously, Void and Quantum Riddler would be ideal hits. Oh yeah, and the Stellar Sights on that secondary sheet. Gene Pollinator was a limited all-star. Nutrient Block, kind of a unique kind of take on Darksteel. People thought Command Bridge would pop off. I always pull the full Art Rust Harvester. It looks cool, but by all means, not a hit. Another limited all-star there. Well, nothing quite yet. Third pack here. Just trying to open something, once every 2 weeks or so and just make some content. It's kind of cathartic. Once you get over the initial nerves and once I fine tune the actual recording and editing process, or I might just stick to raw footage. But I do kind of want to add pricing. I have a good idea of what things are worth, but the way the market can fluctuate, especially with standard play, I just don't know enough about that. Okay, that's one of the uncommons we want to hit, the Umbral Collar Zealot. So pretty good hit, but that was the rares. I think it's like maybe $1 now, 2 at the most. Another full art there, the Stone Chosen. I don't think that holds much value, but it does look very cool. Nothing in the foil slot. Alright. I believe that was the first row, and now we're on to pack 4. No stellar sights yet, but I believe it's one in every 6 packs, something like that. Definitely not like the Mystical Archive, which I have opened so much Strixhaven, and some of the print on there, I guess the quantity or chase like Force of Will just seem nearly possible to pull. But the actual set mythics and rares seem pretty easy to have a high hit rate. A null, I'll set that aside for pre-modern, not really crazy about that frame. Memorial Vault. I don't really remember this is good, but I think I might find a use for that in some commander deck or some niche. Wow, we are really not hitting anything so far. Yeah, foil land might be 50 cents to $1, but really cool for any commander deck, really. All right, pack 5. Don't think we've hit a mythic yet. I used to know the mythic 4/8, but now it's kind of all over the place, so there's no telling. Sorry for some silence in the background. Kind of finding my footing, not knowing really what to say sometimes. Oh, well, hard like containment. Okay. Any pack now, we should hit a stellar side. Let's see. I believe this is pack 5. I'm probably going to lose count. Somehow always end up with an odd assortment of packs towards the end. I initially wanted to just put music on YouTube, but, that's more for me. But I would like to start putting some things out there. Pretty passionate about Magic. I got into it around 95, around Ice Age. Took a 10-year break and, got back into it around 2014. And we got a secluded Starforge. Not the worst utility land, but I don't think we've hit anything over $2 at the moment. Maybe there's a reason this box was so cheap. I think we're on pack 6. No stellar sides. I think this will be my 4th or 5th box edge, and I have not pulled that Ancient Tomb. Pretty much damn near everything else. The Gemstone Caverns, I think, was the last big, pull. Picked it up at a little store in Pikeville, Kentucky. Hey, Stomping Ground. I almost always forget that there's special lands, shock lands in this set. Very nice. Always could find use for a Stomping Ground. Oh, that Saw Inquisitor. That had some semi-speculation. Oh, oh, what a pack. Look at that, a foil Breeding Pool. A Breeding Pool is actually one of the only shocklands I have a short supply of. And this one's pretty beautiful, so that'll be going to my personal collection. I lost my thought before that, but I think we're on pack 7. Anything I can't use that's over 50 cents, I'll either trade it in my LGS or send off to Card Kingdom, because even though TCG Player is like the McDonald's of the trading card industry, why have McDonald's when you can have Wendy's and get the value of very filling, things in stock? I'm not really making any sense. Well, that last pack put us up probably a decent amount, maybe $20 on the running total. Sometimes I still see cards that I do not remember from this set. 0 Point Ballad, not a hit. The West Soccer Ardent. I run this in several commander decks. One of those good pingers, kind of like Impact Trimmers or Porphyros. So I will probably hold on to that and sell my extra copy. Very nice. And to be fair, I don't think it's much over $1, if anything. Sorry, we're in Kentucky and it's spring, so allergies are running rampant. I'm going to stop trying to guess the pack number because I think we've lost the plot on that and several other things. Oh yeah, but last box I picked up was in Pikeville, Kentucky. A shout out if anybody's from there. Uh, yeah, well, nothing great so far. At the advent of the set, that wasn't a bad pull, really. Oh, there's the mountain. Now, out of these full arts, the mountain seems to be the hardest one to pull, and I think it does carry a little more value. So nice to see that. So far, the box is nothing crazy, but again, nothing terrible either. But a little background on me, I said I have been playing Magic off and on for the better part of my life. Uh, but my day job, I work as a scientist, microbiology at an environmental sciences firm. So I travel all over, at least this state, and I try to pick up something at a local LGS when I can. That used to be pretty cool. I still think I actually like. I mean, I like the art on that. It's a really unique, like a little, you know, oh geez, not cryptozoology, but speculative zoology, kind of like that. Not form harmonizer, not so great. Wow, waste of a foil slot on a 0 point ballad. No stellar sights. That's what's crazy. We're at least 8 or 9 packs in, and we have not hit one. So hopefully that means we're going to hit an ancient tomb. I think I might see something actually in this pack. We'll see. Hey, okay, that's another uncommon that I always forget about, but carries a little bit of value. A couple bucks. Oh, there we go. See, stellar side. Blink moth. Oh boy. Only it was the ink moth. Still cool art. I don't know if I have that one or not. Cosmo Grand Zenith. Yeah, not a great mythic to pull, but well, actually, I don't know. This may. I know at the early release this was around $7, $8, but maybe still a couple bucks. Maybe a cool commander build around. You know, well, hopefully our stellar sights are a little bit better than that going forward. Let me know what sets you're most excited for if you're in the camp of Universes Beyond. I'll say this, and I won't complain about it, but if Universes Beyond had stayed as reskin cards and secret layers, or even a secondary printing sheet, would have been completely on board. It's just very hit or miss with me. Yeah, biotech specialist. Well, we're just a little over 1/3 of the box, and nothing too big to write home about. That breeding pool was pretty nice, but anyway, the shock lens keep getting printed, so but they always have a little value, especially foil, especially such nice art as this set. I really like this set, but maybe I wanted a little too much more out of a sci-fi theme. Ugh, I see this card so much. Very high hit rate. I don't know the exact rules of variants on print sheets and all that. I won't pretend to, but it definitely does feel like certain cards are very much more available than others. Nothing too crazy yet. Possibility Technician, nothing crazy. I'm glad to see Kavu make a return. Doesn't really make a ton of sense uh, from the invasion block, but I guess it's an interesting idea that there's a whole confederation of Kava or Kavu. I'm sure that this all looks terrible, but we'll try to do better going forward. A little bit more about me. I did stand up for a while, uh, so naturally damn awkward that you can't help but laugh. Um, I keep having aspirations to return. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. That is an amazing pool. I'm actually trying to collect all the sci-fi novel covers, and this is one that I have been hesitating on, and I'm very happy to see. So awesome. Very nice. Definitely puts a dent in the box. I have a Sliver deck and Popper.